America is going woke, the streets are full of fire and smoke. This ain't the way I thought it would be. The White House full of evil folks. Americans ain't free no more. They don't respect folks like you and me. The way we're treated ain't been fair. Fake news on every TV. 4 years we've been in this nightmare while they killed American dreams. We can't afford our lives here. Rent, food, and gasoline. Colors don't run and I only warn you once. Buddy, don't tread on me. I won't forget the ones who died for our freedom, and I ain't gonna hand it back. No, no, no.
All right, everyone, welcome back. November 1st, we made it. We are through the month of October, and we have an update on potential Hurricane Patty and Hurricane Raphael. You can see both in the most updated GFS model. I'll show you some others as well, but it is now time to prepare, as we will see this more than likely a tropical storm by November 3rd, possibly the 4th, and after that, all bets are off if this thing enters the Gulf. That is what Patty's showing to do, and once it's actually in there, the National Hurricane Center usually thinks they know what's going to happen, but this year they've been dead wrong. All right, so let's check out what we're dealing with here. As you can see, each day that went by, the chance of this becoming a tropical cyclone went through the roof every single day, about 10 to 20% each day, and we are now at a 70% chance of cyclone formation over the next week. As you can see from this post, we have been screaming from the rooftops to expect this storm to form almost 9 days ago. And of course, as you all know, people were calling us crazy, fear-mongering, you name it, I was called that. But now every single weather channel is talking about the possibility of this hurricane, Hurricane Patty, and not only that, but the possibility of Raphael as well. All right, there's something else I want to touch on here, is the severe weather we're expecting in the center of the country here. And I want you to look at all these water vapor lines, because that's what they are, right? We're not allowed to call them anything else but water vapor trail. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. You could see that west to east movement and that slow rise. We're expecting that weather to start popping up right around here, and then it's going to start bubbling up in this area exactly where you're seeing all these lines being dropped. Just take a look at that quickly one more time. We'll just go back and forth with the last hour or two of movement, and you can just see them very distinct. They're everywhere, all over Texas here. You can see, we'll get very close, and let's move this dial back and forth, and you can see them actually forming. It's pretty incredible, and this happens all day long, specifically where we see heavy storms that are expected to form. Let's check out this area right here. We'll backtrack, and you move forward, and you just see them getting thicker and thicker, totally covering the entire area. And now if we jump back over to tropical tidbits, you can see exactly where that's going to bubble up, right through Texas, Oklahoma. Keep in mind, this is November 3rd, right when we're going to see potential Hurricane Patty getting named. So we're going to have a severe snow situation in the Rockies, as well as severe weather in the center of the country, right near where we dealt with all the tornadoes over the spring. This is a multi-day event, so this will be the talk of the town come election day. When we reach the 5th on Tuesday, still severe weather all through the center of the country. This is going on 3 days now. So even though we're not dealing with a hurricane at this time, the center of the country is going to be completely saturated with severe weather for a 3-day period, and then that's when we should expect Hurricane Patty to enter into the Gulf, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. This is going to be one heck of a week for weather, my friends, and take a look at that last part there. This is a wild setup here. Almost a nor'easter in the center of the country with a snowstorm to the southwest, and then you follow that 9 symbol all the way down, and we will have Hurricane Patty in the Gulf. Just a freaky sight coming through the next week, and something we all very much need to keep our eyes on. One more time, just check this out. Watch this mess beginning today. Texas, Oklahoma, the center of the country, severe weather into the 4th, the 5th, and then after Election Day, November 7th, look at this. Unreal. This is, in fact, a pretty gnarly setup. So as we've clearly shown, it's going to be an insane week. This is the update for today. I will have updates on X and Instagram throughout the day. Please check out those channels, and don't forget the TikTok. We just had to start a new TikTok. We got banned over there because TikTok doesn't like the truth. All right, my friends, I appreciate you all. Shout out to Canada. Happy November. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, everyone, here we go. Welcome back. It is October 24th, 2024. We are about a week from Halloween, and we are talking about yet another hurricane coming up from the Caribbean, making its way towards Florida, and basically making landfall in the same exact spot as Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. Alright, and now the crazy part about this, my friends, get ready for this. Landfall is expected as of the data we have now on Election Day, November 5th or the 4th. And as you can see, it's Western Florida, right near where Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene were both forecast to hit. I just want to say we have plenty of time for this to change, but for the last few days I've been talking about this on X and showing these areas that are still prime for development of big hurricanes. And once again, my friends, here we are with another potential hurricane, and just the fact that this thing is showing on November 4th is going to put a lot of hype around this hurricane if it does continue to form. So I will obviously keep you updated on this storm from start to finish, but one thing we need to point out right now, as far as what this season has done, we are already the number 3 most costliest hurricane season on record. We are only third to 2 other seasons, which we may still beat. And as you can see right here, we are at $151 billion, only third to 2017 and 2005. With just the North Carolina damage alone from Helene, we may be pushing the number 1 costliest Atlantic hurricane season we've ever had. Now, for those of you that are going to tell me, oh, there's no hurricane forming, take a look at the Global Tropics Hazard Outlook Zone. The most favorable area for a hurricane to form is forming exactly where I just showed you. And this chart happens to go right through November 5th, the day after we see landfall near Florida. As far as the stats go for this season, on top of what I told you about the damage we've already been through, at this moment, Hurricane Milton is still the strongest storm we've had at 180 mile per hour sustained winds. And then we had Nadine and Oscar, which puts us to 15 total depressions, 15 total storms, 10 of those becoming hurricanes, and as of right now, 4 were major. My friends, whether this storm forms or not, the point here is to show you that the Caribbean and the Gulf are both very much capable of producing and continuing to strengthen these hurricanes. It's no coincidence that we see these storms wanting to go to the same exact areas almost every time we see a storm developing. No matter where they form, they've all been wanting to wrap into that Western Florida area. And finally, I want to end with this. Take a look at this chart. Since 2017, you're looking at every single major hurricane landfall in the Gulf of Mexico. That is 10 major hurricanes since 2017. Now, I want you to notice something right off the bat here. Look at how evenly spaced apart these major hurricane landfalls are in the state of Florida all the way through the Panhandle, and then it basically skips Alabama and Mississippi, and then goes right to Louisiana, where we have 3 major hurricane landfalls, not even counting Katrina, which was in 2005, and then we have Hurricane Harvey over here in Texas. What this leads me to believe, and you can believe this if you want, we should be expecting major hurricane landfalls around Alabama, Mississippi, and then 1 or 2 in coastal Texas between Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Laura of 2020. Make of that what you will, my friends, but that is something that I very much see happening in the next couple of years, if not sooner. All right, my friends, with that said, that is what I got for you for today. Please share this video. If we have a hurricane on Election Day, that would be complete mayhem. Let's hope that all changes. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to Canada, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
A potential hurricane is forming in the Caribbean, and it might be headed straight for Florida. Right now, there's a brewing system in the Caribbean that could develop into Hurricane Patty by early November. And it's forming in the exact same spot where both Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene became major hurricanes. Remember those names? They left behind trails of destruction. If Patty strikes Florida, the impact could be catastrophic. We're talking about thousands of lives at risk and unimaginable destruction. Florida's disaster relief funds are already stretched thin, which means aid could be delayed. This isn't just a regional issue. Such a hurricane could shake the entire U.S. economy. Imagine the damage to homes, businesses, and infrastructure. The state is still recovering from previous hurricanes. Another major one could set back recovery efforts by years. And let's not forget, the death toll could be in the thousands. Stay informed, stay prepared. We can't afford to take this lightly. Keep an eye on the news and make sure you're ready for anything. This is a potential disaster we all need to be aware of. Remember, being prepared can make all the difference. Let's hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Stay safe, everyone.